talk about Zaggle Prepaid. Remember, the stock buzzing around lately as well, and that's on account of a couple of agreements that the company has signed as well with a payment gateway service, Skydo Tech, to facilitate cross-border payments with Zaggle corporate customers. To discuss this agreement and more, we have the company's founder and executive chairman, Raj N, joining us now. Thanks a lot, Raj, for joining in. Always a pleasure speaking with you. I remember the last time you joined us, you did increase your guidance, from 40% to 55% going forward. With this deal that has come by, do you think your guidance is intact, or this increases possibility of further growth beyond what you've guided for right now?
Thank you, Mangalam, for having me here. So what we think is that Skydo is one of the various agreements which we have been doing with, multiple companies. It is basically, a strategy to increase our coverage within the corporate. A lot of companies do cross, border payments for their employees. And, those payments are something which, Zaggle wants to have a pie with. If you see, Zaggle has continuously, gone ahead and increased product by product, inch by inch is how we have grown in, each of the corporates. In terms of our guidance, we will maintain our guidance of, doubling our revenue in next 2 years. Typically for 45 to 55% is what the growth is looking like this year. If you look at our first quarter, which is probably, we should do about 125% jump from what we did last year. Last year, Q1 was 118 crores. This year possibly is going to be anywhere between 240 to 260 crores.
All right. Hi, Mr. Raj. Morning, and thanks a lot for joining in. Give us a couple of more details. You're looking at doubling your revenues in 2 years, and as you said, 55% is the growth per year. Tell us about the margin trajectory. How do you see that improving from year on? And also give us a rough number. Zoyer, I think, is around 30% of revenues, but you've constantly maintained that that's going to have huge scope from year on. So where do you see the number settling?
See, Zoyer is, is one of the products which we took a big bet and, a lot of effort in the, FY 22-23, went into, building that product. In fact, company took a lot of hit, on that for the, 22-23 year. But the results we are seeing in FY 24 and, going forward, eventually we see Zoyer settling down somewhere between, 45 to 50% of our revenue.
And by when will that be, according to you?
I think about FY 26-27.
All right, FY 26-27. You've given us a growth target for, this year itself, 55 odd % here. What we don't have is, one, what kind of margins are you looking for? 11% is what you did. You're looking to, take it to low teens at least in the very near future. So if you could give us an updated number there. And also the year beyond that, with all these platforms that you're seeding, with all these vectors of growth that you're seeding, what is a sustainable revenue growth trajectory beyond FY 25?
So, see, if you look at Mangalam, we have tremendous tailwinds, which are there. We are looking at, a very, very exciting period for Zaggle. I think we should be able to maintain about, 50% growth for the coming 2-3 years. Beyond that, it is, too long a time to guess. But, this year and next year, our margins are going to be in the, in and about the same range. So we should be about 10 to 11% is what, we would be in this year, next year. And possibly the expansion would happen, when the operating leverage of Zoyer kicks in, which probably in 26-27, we should move back to about 12.5-13% and eventually reach our ideal margin of about, 15 to 16% EBITDA. 15 to
16% by which year, sir?
Probably 27-28, we should be able to hit that number.
Okay. All right, Mr. Raj, could you tell us, as per your estimates, what was your market share, where is it, and where do you see it going?
See, we overall, if you look at it, Zaggle is a very unique company. If you look, you see that discovery for us, Zaggle getting discovered itself is has been a task for us. We have always built the company under radar, away from, the public eye. And that's how, last 12 years of our, story has been built. Now, it is getting discovered. And once it is getting discovered, people are also seeing that, Zaggle is consistently delivering value, over and above what, we have committed. and if you really look at it, there are way too many tailwinds, especially coming into digitization. If you look at majority of the large companies, okay, Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 companies of India, everybody is going through digital transformation, and the more digital transformation happens, is great for us.
We take that point. In fact, the street is listening into what you're saying. When we were speaking, we saw a bit of a spike in the way your stock price has moved as well. Though, obviously, this has no immediate bearing with what you are saying, but just a sentiment check in the market itself. It had briefly moved into the green as well. As we can see at the bottom of the screen, there you have it. It's a bit of a spike that we're seeing on Zaggle Prepaid. But now that the street is listening into you and you are speaking about the future growth plans as well, I just wanted two numbers from you. One, what was the increase in revenue because of cross-selling last year? What is it likely to be this year? And also the revenue from new products. If you could give us a sense of how much that would contribute to your overall sales over the next couple of years. So cross-selling opportunity and revenue from new products.
Yeah. So, cross-selling, I'll take cross-selling first. So I think we, typically about 17% is how we have, looked at this year. And maybe we might possibly stretch by another, 2% So we'll be in that 19-20% range of, cross-selling. New products is, Zoyer, which has already seen 30%. Plus, if you see, we have bought a company, TaxSpanner, very, very recently. We have taken a 45% stake in that company. So, what we are doing is we are saying that all the expenses, reimbursements, and taxation, all those things we will take care of. And as compliance is becoming more and more rigorous, and all the companies want to be compliant, that gives a big scope for Zaggle to grow.
Right. Finally, before we let you go, the last couple of conversations we've had, and both of them, you said that you're looking at an inorganic opportunity seriously. And this is me quoting you. So I just wanted to know, where have you, reached when it comes to that opportunity? What size, what stages of talks, what can we hear in the very near future?
To be very candid, there are 2-3 opportunities, which we are pursuing right now, and very, very seriously advanced stages of discussion. Possibly Q3, Q4 is when we would be able to, let you know with greater clarity.
Give us at least some kind of hints. We're happy that at least you gave us a timeline. What could the potential size be? What is your appetite?
See, our appetite, so if you look at it, we should be able to absorb, a 500 crore revenue company as well. Okay, and given our growth plans and how we are growing at the pace, possibly the idea is that maybe 500, 700 crore companies are great companies. But, also at the same time, integration with these companies is very tough. So that's why we have to put our, foot steadily. And that's why maybe, we'll do few tuck-ins, first, and then actually go in for a larger acquisition.
Interesting.
Right. What's interesting is that you are, your own annual revenue is close to around 776 crores. That's last year.
Yes.
500 crore is the acquisition company that you're looking for. One wonders what is the kind of money that you will be willing to pay, because at 800 crore revenue, you are trading at around 3,500 crores of market cap, 3,600 crores of market cap.
Yeah, so you are trading, sir, at around 4.5-5 times. So are you willing to pay those sort of multiples for the acquired company? If you assume 500 crores is the acquisition target, what do you pay? 2,000 crores? Or will it be?
Yeah. So, the opportunities, there are some, very, very good, very efficient, stressed assets. Okay, what we see is that, they're very, very complementary to, our business, but are facing some stress because of XYZ reasons. So we are taking that opportunity, and maybe, we will pay a multiple of maybe 3 to 4 as well. If the company is good and is able to give us, good EBITDA margins, and basically, widening of the EBITDA margins happens through it, would be great for us.
Okay, so this is going to be important. It's like the marriage has been announced. We have the dates, that it's going to be the second half of this fiscal. The potential revenue could be around 500 crores, and you could be willing to pay between 3 to 4 times, so 1,500 to around 2,000 crores. The only one aspect that we're missing is the name of
the bride. The name of the bride. Actually, now that so let's just if you could give us a sense of the capabilities of the bride. We are not asking you for the name. What kind of capabilities are you looking at? And if you're willing to pay around 1,500 to 2,000 crores, will you be raising debt for that? What's the kind of cash that you have in your books?
So, we will have financial sponsors, help us complete that transaction is how, we are looking at. And one of the things one of the companies which we are looking at are in the, accounts payable and in the NBFC category. So, we are looking at that, but it's too early because between cup and lip, there is always a slip. So you understand that, right?
Okay, all right, Mr. Raj, we thank you for joining and giving us all the details on business as well as on your inorganic plans. Whenever you do make that announcement, Mangla Me will be ready with the Bharat, in full flow to quiz you a little bit about the acquisition and to understand the way ahead as well. We appreciate you joining on Chartbuzz.
We'll do a joint dance in CNBC's office.
You can do the dance. We'll just watch and analyze that. But just leaving you with a promise that whenever that deal is announced, you'll join us here first.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
We are the matchmakers.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for joining in. That's the management of Zaggle Prepaid. Increased, revenue guidance 55% with margins of low teens this year. 15-16% is what the margins can be 2 years from now. And one of their key product, thesis, which is Zoyer growth, from 30% could be around 45 to 50% of sales in the next couple of years as well. All eyes on the inorganic growth that the company has been speaking about as well.